Mm-hmm. Streaming, by the way. Hello, everyone. So yeah, let's go crazy on Breakarts here. I'm gonna try and do something a little bit different today. I want to make something with more joints on. This thing doesn't have a head for a moment there. Oh, I love the way everyone's joining in now. So this will be more about the design of the mech this time. So what I wanted to do is try doing something a little bit crazier. So for instance, let's go rotate this joint 45 so we've got symmetry. Kind of killed this. Yeah, it's a bit crazy for when you want to have symmetry on it. What I want to try doing is having some sort of like joint system in the center. Might even try something like this, and then have it so it rotates these parts. I'm just going to mess around with this for the moment and see what happens. Joint that has disconnection and reconnection, I want to mess with that one. Greatly expands connector, I'll put that on the back. So like this here, let's end this under boost maybe? See what happens. So boosting. Okay, so 0's there, so I don't want it to go all the way down there. I just want to do something that looks a little bit crazier than normal. End can be 10. So if we go boost. I want something that looks totally ridiculous, you see, so let's try 3 there. No, the game itself is about mech racing, but this is just the customization section at the moment. It's just because they haven't released the racing demo yet. And this is the free trial that's only out for a little bit. Oh, that one's not moving now. End 10, speed 3, start 30. Oh, I didn't set the conditions to boost. There we go. Yeah, for this one I'm going to be messing around a lot with all these rotation joints, trying to find out just what I can do with it. This is going to be kind of interesting. I want this kind of core design going on here that can end up going backwards or forwards, having like this braking system going. Just looks totally weird. Maybe I should have that facing that way instead. See how this looks for... Okay, that's not too bad so far. Do you remember that issue you had where you couldn't interact with anything? Bring up the help menu and close it again. Okay, that's cool. Is this the program that always plays jazz? Yeah, it's got lots of it in. That smooth jazz while you're making a mech. It's gonna be funny seeing all these parts just completely wreck each other when I try and put it in poses for, you know, attacking and stuff. So far, that looks kind of cool. Not sure what to put at the end there that would make it look just that little bit better. Improves lock-on capabilities. Okay, so I could put that there for a laugh. I'll probably find something else that's better to put there. Come here. So we got that going on. System. No, sorry, joints. Because I like messing around with all these joints. I want to try and make some wing style things going on here on the arms and see what happens with that. Make like the craziest thing that I can think of. I could actually put those parts on there as well. Thinking about that. Try and make something that looks really pointy today. I had is this a way to craft your own individual, or is there a way to craft your own individual parts? No, but for instance, you can unlock better ones later on by the looks of it. Like, we've got some really crazy looking joints here. They don't actually tell you exactly what they do. But, for instance, people were saying before that you can unlock hands, which you actually can on the weapon arms. When you go to the weapon section, it shows off different hands. You've got different heads. Apparently they want more money so they can put more development time into more parts. Like, you can see all these individual ones that look like they have better things. That looks like sliding parts. You can only really speculate at the moment. I'm assuming that's some kind of like generator expansion by the look of it. The thrusters, they've still got tons of thrusters down here that have different armor parts. That looks pretty cool. Some of them look like wires, some of them look like vents with opening parts. So you can only imagine all the crazy combinations that you can make with this. Oh, I just thought I can have those joints like that, and then have, where is it? I need to have this facing 90, and then have the armor, where is it? That one on. I'm wondering if if I have that like that and then end it at 10 and put the speed on that and have that as boost, what will happen here? A lot of this is experimenting, but I like this. It gets you thinking in a really creative way. It's like I had a couple of people come over to me recently and say, Dave, I'm sorry, I just can't get into this demo at the moment. It doesn't seem too cool, and I'm just like, it's just using your imagination. What's so bad about that? You know. That clearly isn't working. Yeah, it's a racer. Yeah, the ship wheel continuously moves. I'm actually thinking of using the float joint for the shoulder like I was on about before. So for instance, if I use that there, let's see what the... Oh, that's interesting. So you can make it float off like that. So if I do, say, 3 and go boost. Ooh, the possibilities. The possibilities now are getting really interesting. See, this is what I like about this. People are saying, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't like this. It's all about the customization and stuff. And I'm just thinking, what is there not to like about just having a mess around and customizing your own machine? Come on. I know it's the whole thing if you can't test it or whatever, but just use your imagination. Has to be a small joint for that. That's cool, so that'll levitate now. Oh, I'm loving messing around with this so much at the moment. Let's do another levitating joint. I just realised you can actually have the levitating joint and then... did I have that set on 10? I think I might have... No. It was set to 20. Moody destroy mode. Yeah, it's like I was thinking of making Gundam Unicorn at one point, but I'm just gonna go crazy with this. I'm already thinking of levitating the double joint, so I can just go absolutely nuts. Like for instance, we could just levitate this entire waist section. Like if I choose to, we can have that on there as some type of like racing shield that levitates when you go forwards. So if we go say 30. And we go boost, and 3 now. When that boosts, that goes forwards like that. So it creates this kind of crazy shield, or we can even put it at 5. Right? Or we can even have it floating at 50. And then it comes back to, say, 10. So when you start boosting, it does that. Kind of looks like it's in front of your mech, almost like a shield, and then as you boost, it just folds around you, and all the wind goes over the armor parts. That is really cool. So this is only really limited by how much imagination you've got. I mean, if we could even make this a backpack, when you think about it, because I could just take that, scrap it for the moment. Right, and we could just attach that there, end to be, say, 40, and boost be the condition, right? Let's actually make that other shoulder joint first. I get kind of annoyed when I don't match things up. It's that sort of OCD nature where you think, oh, that looks kind of cool, but I wish it matched up with the other side, and then next minute you just end up making something that looks super symmetrical for about half an hour. I can see it now. Dave's going to make a mech with lots of separating parts. I just want to have a mess around with this. I really do. Why does Project R's second preview look like Limit Breaker was parked outside a Japanese school? It was! It was parked outside a Japanese school. There we go, so we got this back joint here now. The best part about this is you can actually have more joints on there. So now we've got this crazy backpack gimmick going on that we can now really mess around with. So say for instance we have the joints. Because we know we can mess around with the joint system, we can make a joint system that rotates, say, 90. Let's see, start. Oh, I hate it when you try and rotate something and it completely messes it up. So put it at 50. Then we put another one on and rotate that to, say, 90. About 15. Then we can make this crazy armor system where we have this kind of thing going on. And then we'll attach the smaller, let's say the boosters, because we've got smaller boosters that we can have attached here. We can even have these smaller boosters attached to it. So now, if I want to, say for instance while we're boosting, we can have that end at, let's say 50 and go 3. And then when that boosts, that backpack comes off and the wing goes back slightly. Maybe rotate that just a little bit more. I think we might be able to add stuff on the other side as well. Yeah, we can. Oh god, this is going to be so crazy. How long till somebody makes a mech completely out of joints? Oh, if you guys have seen the other video that I did, the Twitter one, where I show off some of the crazy stuff in that when I was actually browsing the community, I just got totally blown away, especially by like the dragon and things. That was insane. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what can possibly be done with this? I've got to see the limitations to this game just to, or at least the demo, just to get an idea of how people are going to use this. Next thing I come across, it's a dragon. I was just like, oh, okay, that's something I didn't expect. The Nightingale from Gundam, and I was just like, okay, this is really interesting. Didn't expect this. It's stuff like that where I just started going absolutely crazy. I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. That point at which I have to get it just right with the rotations and everything else. Otherwise, it's really annoying. I'm just enjoying playing around with this so much. Wrong one. It's the boosters. Oh, that's what I should do. Play around with the booster section next. Because I've only really played around with armor pieces and thrusters. So now when this boosts, the backpack comes off slightly, that goes down. I need to actually rotate this. That one was at 90, goes to 50. Okay, so 90 goes to 50. Set that to boost. And then, what was the speed on it? 3? Yeah. Okay, so now everything matches up. I'm liking that so far. I like the backpack, I like the shoulder shields. This is just one giant mess around, but it's awesome. Let's see here. You really need to have a good mess around with some of the other stuff. Like, for instance, we can go for some really crazy booster style system. If I go joints and go rotational boosters here, or just the ones that mess around, we can actually have it. So we go 90 and 90 on here too. And then we can, because this is what I was thinking of with the unicorn, you can actually attach those to there like that. Right, and then have these as thruster packs. Oh no, wait, you can't have that there. Booster. Can we have the small booster on there? Oh, I just forgot whatever you're holding. You need to move that too. So we got the smaller boosters here too. So now on here, if we go to say 30 boost 3, and then go 30. Boost. Now when you click boost, the boosters come out there like that. That's some crazy stuff. Let's have a look here. Just trying to think of what other stuff we can go for. Think. Could have one of these joints. Let's have a look. that rotates to 90 that way. So if I grab it for the moment and rotate it to 180, so it's facing that way. Let's see what armor parts I can give it. What does that look like? I just want to mess around with this and make it really, really crazy. Some of it I don't really care what it looks like, but some of the other bits I'm just like, oh okay, let's mess around with this, let's see what happens. Maybe not that. Let's see. Joint. I'm trying to think. Whenever I place one of these joints, it's always kind of improv. That can move up and down in its position. That has the ability to go with it. So if I, for instance, if I turn around and put, say, that on for the section there and then have this kind of thing going on. Everyone's like, Dave, you're using the wrong parts. I saw that before. I keep an eye on chat. Make this ugly looking joint and then have it rotate. Just thinking of what I would... Oh, there we go. That kind of looks better. I was just about to say, I wonder what I would actually do with that for a different joint. Nah, still not too happy with that. I'm thinking about it and I'm like, what the hell is even going on with this? Thing is, it doesn't even have to be permanent, or it doesn't even have to move. You can literally just build on it like that. So now I've just built that section. Doesn't have to operate. I can use that section to build on smaller parts, like say the thruster sections again. So I can just turn around and be like, and that still looks cool. So now we're slowly changing the way that the mech looks externally as well, without actually messing around with joints. So all these joints are giving us the ability to just mess around however we want. So like before that was, I think it was system? No. And then I think it was 120. No, a little bit more. 135. $35 limit on guns is unmotivating. 70 part limit is annoying. It's weird. You can have certain things that go over the limit. I'm not even sure how people do it, because if you've seen the Twitter video, they go way over the limit. I swear they do. Oh, like ice sculptures, beautiful but can't be saved. Yeah, I was wondering how the heck they're doing that and getting it to work, but I never actually thought that they might not be saved. I was just assuming they were. I was like, okay, they've made some really crazy masterpieces. I can't wait to see this working in game. And then next minute, it's like, wait a minute. What happens if they don't work? armor. Nah. This is going to be interesting to see if I can get this to work, to be honest. Question is, what would I do with that joint there? Maybe have it go back slightly for when it's boosting. If I was to set that to, say, there like that, and then have that so that it would go back slightly. Nah, not happy with that one. Most of the builds have basic guns, massive guns, the structure on the mech, yeah. The devs don't want you to make monsters, which is why they have those limits. Yeah, you can press tab to animate though. 140 objects is just going to be insane for stuff like that, so yeah, I agree, it's probably all not working. I'm gonna see what I can do with all of this stuff though, because I mean, like, for instance, if I make some floating panels like this, I can actually make something that looks really cool within the limit. Or at least that's what I want to try and do. Actually, if I get rid of that. Because I've not actually put any vents on that thing yet. And I need to make something with the data load on it, so that's going to be interesting. Let's try that. Thing is, I don't even know how much I've used yet for parts. This is going to be crazy when this actually tries to be animated or tries to get put in. So long as the orange bar is not red, I think. If I do another joint there. See, I'm still not decided properly on that yet. Oh, pressed caps lock by accident. So that works. Armor. Nope. I might actually do that. Take those off, because I'm not totally happy with those. Oh my god, you can put even more of those on if you wanted and put them on the other way around. Nah, that looks pretty bad. That moment when you're trying to figure out just what exactly you want to do. do like the way that kind of shows the plates from the other side there. It's like, for instance, I think this is the right way. Nope. No, it isn't. That moment where you think you've got it the right way and you just don't. About, nope, a little bit more. Oh, that's not good. My OCD is killing me at the moment for lining that up. Yeah, that's as close as I've got it. So the legs look pretty cool now. I just realised I need to put that thruster or whatever the hell it is on the side there. Is it facing up or down? I think it was down. Yeah. Dave's making a stripper. No, I'm just making stuff with a lot of floating parts at the moment. Now let's see about more stuff to do with the backpack. Because we actually need a big thruster, I reckon. If we put that there and go boost, that's going to open up. Now what I need is some stuff on that, but I also need, where was it, not the system, it was thrusters. I needed that to offset the, hello, that's crazy, to offset everything else. Yeah. Okay, so that's looking really bulky so far. Let's see if we can attach some of these to here and make it look slightly better, because we've got hardly any glowing parts. Try and rotate these a little. Does that look any good? Yeah, no it doesn't. See about those ones. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Now I can mess around with some of these if I want and give them more ventil on the back. On the inside, give them this kind of like glowing running frame. I love the way this is actually still within the parts limit at the moment. I actually like how this one's coming out so far. Yeah, you've run into the same problem I have, almost perfect symmetry. See, I'm never too sure about whether I should not do symmetry or not. Yeah, like for instance, I could put the minigun on and the bow and it wouldn't be symmetry that way, but let's actually try breaking the symmetry, right? Let's try having a proper shoulder shield on here. Try and do like the Axia Gundam and have this cool shield going on that we can move out the way if we need to. To make it a really big shield, to be honest. Joint. Let's try seeing if we can do this just with... Oh, I see, because of the way the armor works. Oh, we can still have a really big shield. It's gonna look crazy. I'm actually wondering where I can put on this to make it look cool from the outside. Almost looks a little bit like the Unicorn Gundam shield when you put the the other stuff on it. Oh, there we go, module limit. So that's a module limit reached. It still doesn't look too bad. It'd be cool actually having that float off or something. If I just deleted that, would that still look cool that way? Yeah, kind of. Let's see what I can do with this. Because there are quite a few modules. There were a lot on the legs when you look at that. I wonder whether I can still have that, like another huge booster on this for a laugh. Yep, yes I can. So for instance, I could just rotate this upwards again and do the same boosting, but oh my god, that looks insane. And then have, say, do those aim inwards or outwards? They look like they aim outwards. Nope. They're gonna sit flush with that. Okay, this is looking cool so far. I'm probably going to hit the parts limit any moment now. Let's actually see if I can set this up upside down. Yes, I can, if I wanted to. Probably going to hit the parts limit any moment now. Okay, I'm liking the look of this. Now the question is, can I load, if I go to, say for instance, thrusters, can I load some more thrusters onto this so I can get my count up, so I can put my other weapons on it? Nope, there we go. Modules reached. So if I, say for instance, if I get rid of those, if I scrap those and put the other, trying to make this look the best it can. Why not make an oversized white glint VOB made entirely out of those large boosters? Oh god, that would be insane. I'm actually wondering whether I can. Actually, I'll keep the outside ones and try and see if I can do anything with the other sections. Thrusters, small. Oh no, wait, come on, where are you? Booster, small. I was trying to add, what was it? Thruster, those. Okay, so I can add one there. And I can add them across the torso if I want. Hell, I could even have them that way. And on the exterior of the leg there. Oh, I was going to see about that as well, because I think yeah, it's got maximum data output's better. So for instance, if I was to get rid of, say, that plate there, and that plate, so it's only those sections that move. Doesn't look like we're actually getting rid of too much, and then we can go crazy on the arms. Do this sort of thing, so then we've got... Might even see whether I can get joints here. Yeah, it's only a trial at the moment. Everything else is still in development, but oh my god, it's good for a trial. Let's try this on both arms. And then we go, where is it? Thruster. Oh, I was trying to see if I could put them up there and make the design a little bit cooler and flush with everything, but nah. Let's try. Can we just... Yeah, we can just fit them like that if they want, but... I mean, we can even put it like that. That's quite hilarious. For obvious reasons. Trying to see where the best section is. I can even fit it through the head, so the head looks totally different. That doesn't actually look too bad, especially if we modify it a little bit. Can we just pretend that's how it's supposed to look? Use your imagination, you know. Just have to try and get rid of some of the stuff that I don't think will work. Oh, no. Yeah, so it's kind of got like this face reveal going on. Unless I try and get in there and edit it so it doesn't move. Just let's not move that. There we go. So yeah, we've got some kind of bastion looking thing. Looks pretty neat. I'm enjoying it. Question is, can we give it my guns? You'll always come across something that's more beautiful and more practical. Yeah, I know. That's the only problem with this game. Put an extender between the W2 and the shield to extend outwards. So we've got this kind of crazy thing going on here at the moment. Now the thing is, can we load up my custom weapons? So say for instance, can we have the tri-barrel? Let's go for the tri-barrel. Come on. Please say we can have that, because I really, really like that. I spent for ages doing it. Okay, so we can get the tri-barrel. Can we get the... on the... I think it's the right hand? Can we get the laser bow? Yes. Oh yeah, that's awesome. So that looks a little bit better now. So if we go boost, got that going on, and if we go attack, where is it? The bow transforms a little bit. 69 out of 70 at the moment. Design. Armor. Just put that there like that. Give it some kind of like piece that just protects it there. I'm actually trying to have a look and see where the parts thing is. You know, like where you can keep track of it. Oh, I see. It was up. It was at the top there. Wasn't paying any attention to that. So then we go back. We can go paint, design, rename. I have no clue. Let's name him Frank. So there we go. Named him Frank. Acceleration 30. Yeah, this thing is not for racing, even though it should be. Let's give Frank a color. Let's see what actually suits at the moment. I mean, that looks kind of cool, white and blue. Although, oh god, he's very purple. Let's make him red or something. Although, nah, I've had a robot that's kind of red, and let's see here, that tan looking color, orange. What about the sub color? I'm kind of digging the yellow and orange at the moment, or it could be just Aldenoa Zero that's inside my head at the moment. I just honestly can't shake it. I just realised if I make that slightly more blue, it's the units from Aldenoa Zero. Accent color. What was the? Oh yeah, I remember that. That was the accents for the joints. So for instance, if we make that gold, How does it manage to have the same speed and axle and have endurance than my mechs? I have no clue. Joint colour. Let's do it a little bit lighter. Grey, and maybe drop a little bit of blue there. Half the endurance. Yeah, shield endurance is crazy. So there we go, there's Frank. Let's save Frank into the bottom portion here. There's all the other ones that I did beforehand. There's like the original test. There's the VOB. Save Frank. I'm loving this. I'm just gonna end up like probably overwriting some of these. Like I like Metal Wolf. That's cool. I'm not too sure about Seraph. I really love Cloudbreaker and the VOB as well. So I might end up getting rid of those four and probably doing something else like this. A couple of streams where I just mess around and make stuff. I mean, I really like those double boosters. Well, the double large boosters, and then the turning thrusters there, and then we've got the vents and everything else. It looks really shiny. Even those leg boosters that we made before, where was it? If we stop, I like the way that they flip up and all these panels kind of open a little bit. Too many boosters will weigh you down. Yep. I'm actually gonna enjoy it when we get to actually testing this stuff in game, you know. Like for instance, there's a normal boosting. We'll actually put the boosters on as well. And there's like full boosting. I like the way I more or less redesigned the head with those extra parts at the end because of that plate being behind it. So it looks nothing like the usual mech. I'm going to have to make more weapons at some point as well, because I've seen people with like sliding shotguns and stuff that look awesome. Just love the way that you can see that exposed inner frame there too. Oh, reset the position, which was that. Let's have a laugh and see what Frank looks like in all of his poses. Two's that one where he's just flying off to the left. That looks pretty cool. Probably going to end up taking screenshots of these later and uploading them to Twitter. Let's see what that looks like with the boost on. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Having him with all the boosters open and the effect going on there with all the parts flying off. That looks really neat. 6. 6 was an attacking one, so if we go boost. No boost, but let's go attack. Okay, I like the way that the bow at the back looks there. It's just a shame you can't have the same things. You have to do one for like braking as well. It's a shame you can't animate them, well, have them all animate some way together so you can have like that open while he's boosting or whatever, and then braking, the flaps go back. That'd be really cool. Might ask the devs about that. I like the way we've completely hidden the legs there, so the legs don't look anything like the originals. They're just camouflaged under all these armor pieces and vents and other things. Oh, there's the really crazy pose that they do where you press, I think it's 6 or 7 and he just turns. Let's see what that looks like when... Oh, it doesn't look too bad. 9. There we go. 9 is one of the other poses for fighting. And then 0 is some kind of like dance pose. I don't even know why they got that in there. That must be just a joke. You can have multiple animation profiles. Boost, attack, break, override. Huh, interesting. I learn something new about this every time I come on it. Like, before I didn't realise about the floating joints, because we'd seen them in the videos and stuff, but I just hadn't messed around with it until then. The next minute I'm messing around with them, and what do you know, this is the first time I mess around with floating joints and everything else. Yeah. I'm really enjoying this. Actually funny to see what you can get away with, you know, in terms of like... Actually, no, I'm not going to save that in that pose. It's fun to see what you can get away with in terms of your design versus, you know, the stats and everything. I had a couple of people saying, you know, like, dude, I'm all about the stats and testing stuff out, but this, all you're doing is building stuff. How is that any fun? And I'm just thinking to myself, it's fun because we just made this. We just made this together on stream, and it looks really cool. The aesthetic's cool. It's got all these working joints and everything. I know I can't test it. It would probably handle like complete, you know, crap, but it still looks fun. Use your imagination. Come on. Plus, yeah, it's like Mecha's just chimed in chat and said the parts limit is the challenge. It's fun trying to make something that works within the parts limit that you guys think, oh, okay, I could, like, literally, if I wanted to get in the game, I could just remake this, throw it in the game, and use it straight away. Whereas the stuff that we've seen, like, with the dragons and the nightingale and everything else, you would not be able to do. I'm stealing that head idea. I might actually start putting that backboard on a lot now so I can mess around with different head parts. Because that's pretty cool. I like the way that because it clips through it, but it actually looks like it clips through quite clean as well. You got this like upper head camera here, then you got the two fangs down here. You can see what looks like the mouthpiece there, and then these two booster vents around the side make it look really cool. I'm stealing everything, says Heavy. But yeah, expect to see high-res pictures of Frank on Twitter later on. I wonder how long I've actually been streaming this for. Let's see. This is probably... Oh, I've been streaming it for an hour. Interesting. Right, so what I'll do is I'll leave you guys with Frank here at the moment, and I'll see you next time. I hope you've enjoyed this and got some ideas of your own. And if I do anything else, I'll probably end up streaming more of this. I know I'm going to just be messing around with it. So, yeah, enjoy.